Under the bridge, she shields her brother from the rain with torn nylon. Rain dripped in slow rhythm from the ribs of Ikeja Bridge, tapping steadily on the threadbare plastic sheet stretched over two sleeping bodies. Chiamaka Okonkwo was already awake, curled around her 7-year-old brother like a mother bird. Her back was damp, pressed against the cold concrete, but she didn't move. If Ebuka stayed warm, then that was enough. She adjusted the nylon slightly, shielding his tiny feet. Lagos nights were loud horns honking, Agboros yelling, Danfo screeching to sudden stops, but it was the chill that always woke her. That, and the ache in her bones. Hello guys, welcome to my channel, where interesting stories of African folktales are told. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, share it with your friends, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. By 5:30 a.m., the sky was beginning to bleed into a sleepy gray. Chi was already packing up, folding the nylon sheet, waking Ebuka gently, tying her hair back with a ragged scarf. She splashed her face with water from a sachet, then handed the rest to him. Small, small, she whispered. No waste, Em. Their world was small. One dusty mat, a basin, a black Ghana must-go bag, and each other. Her dream was simple: to see Ebuka go to school. He had her father's eyes and their mother's stubborn chin. They both died in a Danfo crash when Chi was 17. No uncles came, no aunties called. Lagos just swallowed them, like it does when the wind doesn't blow in your favor. So Chi cleaned toilets, 500 per day at Computer Village. 3 stalls, 2 buckets, 1 tattered mop. Better than stealing, she always told herself. She refused to beg. People looked at beggars like gum on their shoes, but if you scrubbed their toilets, they at least said thank you, even if they still sprayed air freshener the moment you left. By 7 a.m., she dropped Ebuka at Mama Rose's Akara stall near Allen. Mama Rose was kind. She let Ebuka sit and read old newspapers while helping her fold paper wraps. Sometimes she even gave him Akara for free. Your sister get pride, Mama Rose once said, but Ide shine for good reason. Chi smiled at that memory while swabbing the floor of stall 18. The man who sold phone cases there never looked her in the eye, not even once. But the girl who sold charger cords always gave her gala when she finished. Sometimes, small kindness was louder than pity. The day passed in waves of sweat, mop strokes, and the hum of original charger, follow come charger, traders. When the sun dipped, she collected her 500, bought gari, a sachet of milk, and a small loaf of bread. Tonight, they'd soak it together under the bridge. Ebuka liked to act like it was a hotel meal. Madam, your food is ready, he'd say, bowing with a grin that made Chi laugh no matter how tired she was. That evening, as they settled under their nylon sheet again, the skies were moody. Lightning danced far away, like spirits playing drums in the clouds. Chi wrapped Ebuka tightly and hummed a lullaby their mother used to sing. Something about a tortoise who tricked the rain and found sunshine. Around midnight, the rain came. It was wild like a warning. Thunder cracked. Buses hissed and sprayed water as they sped past. Chi held Ebuka tighter, her own clothes soaked now. The nylon barely held. Then, a flash of white headlights. A sleek G-Wagon pulled up slowly, its tires crunching the wet gravel just meters away. Chi's breath caught in her throat. This wasn't a Danfo. It wasn't Lastma. It wasn't police. It was clean, powerful, alien. The driver's door opened. Chi's first instinct was fear. She tucked Ebuka behind her, standing tall, even as the rain dripped from her chin. We no get anything. A beg? Komot? She called out. But the man who stepped out didn't look angry or threatening. He was tall, maybe in his late 20s, agbada soaked to his knees, beard trimmed, eyes soft. He stared at her for a long second, then at Ebuka. You dey live here? He asked gently. Chi didn't answer. The man's eyes didn't blink. Enter my car, you and your pickin', tonight. She laughed sharply. So you fit carry us go where? Hotel? Then throw us out tomorrow morning? Oga, I know be moo. Carry your G-Wagon day go. He didn't argue, just nodded, stepped back into the car, and drove off. Chi stood in the rain, heart pounding. Who was he? Why did he stop? Why did his voice sound like he actually cared? She didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, he came back. Same G-Wagon. This time, he waited. And when she saw him step out again with dry clothes and takeaway packs of jollof rice, something in her cracked. Still, she said no. Twice. 3 times. But on the 4th day, Ebuka was coughing. Fever had wrapped him like chains. And jollof rice was no longer a threat. It was hope. So when the G-Wagon returned again, and the man stepped out this time with paracetamol syrup and bottled water, Chi whispered, "We go follow you, but I no be charity case. I go work, I sabi cook." The man smiled, not with victory, but with quiet relief. "I'm Lami," he said, "and you just saved my life too." They rode in silence, Ebuka sleeping on Chi's lap, as the G-Wagon curved past 3rd Mainland Bridge. From the streets of Ikeja to the glittering lights of Lekki Phase 1, her journey was beginning. But she had no idea just how far this ride would take her. The G-Wagon stops. A tech billionaire steps into her darkness. By the time the G-Wagon slid into Lami Adeyemi's Lekki driveway, Chi's arms were cramping. Ebuka was still asleep in her lap, cheeks flushed from fever, small fingers curled in a weak grip. Lami opened the passenger door and stretched his hand to help her out. She hesitated. This was no longer rain and rough concrete. It was white tiles, glowing porch lights, and the kind of silence that costs money. "I go carry am," Lami said gently, motioning toward the child. Chi drew back quickly. "No vex. I fit hold my brother." He nodded. No pressure, just quiet understanding. He led the way into the house, a sleek penthouse apartment that smelled of lemon polish and money. The marble floors shone like mirrors. Chi's reflection shocked her. Wet scarf, torn blouse, feet crusted with dust and rain. Still, she walked tall. A woman in a blue house uniform rushed over. "Sir, welcome," she said, bowing slightly. Her eyes landed on Chi and Ebuka, confused. "This is Chiamaka and her brother. Get a hot bath ready. Then food," Lami ordered, without looking at Chi. "And call the doctor." Chi's chest tightened. She was not used to people doing things for her without asking what it would cost later. While the maid hurried off, Lami turned to her. "You go sleep here tonight. Just tonight. Tomorrow, we go talk." She nodded once, still cradling Ebuka. That night, Ebuka took his first hot shower in years. The fever began to ease. Chi was given a plain room with a clean mattress and fresh sheets. She didn't sleep on the bed. Habit. She laid a wrapper on the floor beside her brother and watched him breathe. In the morning, she cooked. White rice, stew from scratch, fried plantain. It was all she knew how to offer. Her hands shook a little, unfamiliar with the gas cooker, but her food never lied. Mama always said, "If person no thank you, rice go." When Lami came downstairs, still in his pajamas, he paused at the sight and the smell. "You cooked this?" he asked, eyebrow raised. Chi nodded, brushing her hands on her wrapper. "You say make we talk, make we start with breakfast." He laughed, just once, soft and amused. They sat. Ebuka joined them, still weak but smiling. He looked around the dining room like it was a movie set. "Uncle, your house fine-o," he said, mouth full of plantain. Lami smiled. "You like am?" Ebuka nodded. "Yes, but Auntie Chi's stew is finer." That made Ki blush for the first time in years. Later, as Ebuka rested, Chi and Lami spoke alone. "I go tell you straight," she began. "I no want pity. I go cook, clean, do whatever. Just let me work for what you give us." "You sabi chop pride well," he said, eyes twinkling. "No be pride, not dignity." He studied her. Okay. 6 months. You work here as cook. I pay you 200,000 per month. You go stay with your brother in the servant quarters. Chi's heart skipped. That was more money than she'd ever seen at once. But she kept her face flat. Agreed. But after 6 months, we go waka. He nodded. Deal. And so it began. Days passed. Chi cooked like magic. Yam porridge that reminded Lami of his late grandma. Iguzi soup that made him close his eyes with every bite. She cooked with heart. She cleaned with silence. She avoided eye contact. But her presence was steady. Ebuka began calling her Auntie Chi, with pride now, not just affection. He started dancing again, singing again. Lami arranged a tutor, and the boy learned the alphabet in 1 week. One Saturday morning, Chi found Ebuka seated beside Lami in the living room, both watching a cartoon and sharing chin-chin like old friends. Uncle Lami, the boy said seriously, thank you for saving my sister. Chi froze. Lami turned to the child, then to her. I no save her. She save herself, he replied. That night, as Chi lay in her bed, she stared at the ceiling. She couldn't remember the last time someone looked at her like that, like she wasn't broken, like she was worthy. But nothing stays quiet forever. 1 week later, the doorbell rang. Loud, urgent. Chi opened the gate halfway and saw a woman, tall, striking, fire in her eyes. She wore an Ankara gown that screamed money and walked like the ground belonged to her. I day find Lami, the woman said, eyes scanning Chi's wrapper and headscarf with disgust. Chi stepped aside. The woman stormed in like a hurricane. Who be that? Ebuka asked, peeking from the kitchen. I know, Chi whispered. But she was about to find out. 15 minutes later, raised voices echoed from upstairs. Then footsteps thundered down. Lami, I swear, you go regret this thing, the woman yelled, heels clicking as she stormed out. You carry one bridge girl come live here? Seriously? You want Linda Ikeji to break this news? Chi backed against the wall, heart pounding. Lami followed, face flushed. He stopped when he saw Chi. I fit explain. She shook her head. No need. Chi, I no be fool. I sabi wetin this cane story be. Man save woman, woman fall mumu. In love, then the man disappear when wahala start. He stepped forward, eyes soft. I no go disappear. But she talk say, she gets secret, something big. Lami hesitated, just long enough to confirm it. Chi's hands trembled. She clutched the edge of the table. Na wetin she day talk be true. His silence said everything. Thank you for helping us, she whispered. But we go leave tomorrow morning. Lami looked like he wanted to speak, but the words never came. As Chi walked away, her wrapper brushing the floor, her chest was already aching. Not from pride this time. From something she didn't want to admit yet. Love with conditions. They become a family without meaning to. Chi didn't leave the next morning. She packed her things. Yes, folded Ebuka's clothes into their old Ghana must go, wrapped her cooking spoons in nylon, even wore her rubber slippers like armor. But when she stepped outside, rain was already waiting. The sky was black with fury. It wasn't the gentle kind she used to sleep under. This one threatened thunder. Ebuka clung to her hand. Auntie Chi, where we dey go? She knelt beside him, heart heavy. Somewhere safe, just for now. Lami, go miss us, the boy said with wide, honest eyes. Chi looked away. He go day all right. But even as she said it, a shadow moved behind the curtains upstairs. Lami was watching. He didn't stop her. He didn't beg, and that made it worse. But the storm had other plans. By the time she reached the estate gate, lightning cracked across the sky like a warning. The security guard, one elderly man with more curiosity than loyalty, shook his head. Madam, this rain no be joke. A beg wait small. So Chi waited. By nightfall, she was still inside the quarters, bags unpacked again, stew warming on the stove. Not because she wanted to stay. But because Ebuka's cough had returned, and because when you've lived under a bridge, even temporary shelter feels like sin and salvation mixed together, the house was quiet now. No shouting, no unexpected visitors. And when Lami came down to eat, he didn't sit at the head of the table. He sat beside her. "You sabi fry plantain pass anybody," he said after a long silence. Chi chuckled softly. "You day beg for forgiveness, or you day toast me? Can't I do both?" She looked at him, properly this time. No filters, no borrowed respect, just the man's slightly tired eyes, lips that twitched like he was fighting a smile, fingers that tapped the table nervously. "Why you never tell me, say you get X?" she asked. "I no think, say E matter. You day hide something." He sighed, leaning back. "I get sickle cell." Chi blinked. "You day joke. I day serious. The doctor give me 6 months if I no slow down." Her throat tightened. "Why you carry strangers into your house if you know say you day sick?" "I no carry strangers. I carry you." The words hit her like a slap and a hug at once. "I day alone, Chi. My own mama die last year. My papa don marry another wife. If she leave me when I tell am the truth. But you," he paused, breathing carefully, "you no ask for anything. You just give." Chi didn't reply. She couldn't. Her chest was too full of fire and confusion. That night, Ebuka asked the question again. "Auntie Chi, why we still day here?" She brushed his hair gently. "Because God day write some stories slowly." Weeks passed. Lami's routine changed. Less travel, more rest, and more time in the kitchen, watching Chi mix egusi like a sorceress, or laughing when she mistook groundnut oil for palm oil. They found rhythm in simple things. Lami taught Ebuka how to code tiny HTML pages with dancing cartoons. In return, Ebuka taught him how to peel yam without slicing his fingers. Chi started humming when she cooked, just softly. It was something she hadn't done since her parents died. One afternoon, while making okra soup, she caught Lami staring at her again. "What?" she asked, wiping sweat from her brow. "Nothing. Talk now. You day beautiful when you serious." She threw him a side eye. "You want make I burn your okra?" He laughed, loud, unfiltered. They didn't kiss. Not yet. But there was a closeness now, like threads slowly weaving together. Lami began calling her Chi, no longer Chiamaka. Ebuka called them both his superheroes. But joy doesn't like to stay untested. One bright Sunday morning, as Chi carried a tray of pepper soup to the living room, she overheard something. Lami was on the phone. "If he day threatened to post the video, I no go pay her 50 million a beg. Let her post it. Let them know." Chi froze. "Video?" She stepped back. A floorboard creaked. Lami turned, startled. "Chi, you tell him say you choose me?" He nodded. "She get video of us?" He hesitated. "She film us?" The night it rained. The kiss. Chi sat slowly, the tray shaking in her hands. "Nah, wetin. I day fear be this. I no want become gist." Lami sat too, close but not too close. "Make dem gist. Me, I go choose you again and again." Her chest rose and fell like waves. "You sabi say if this thing enter blog, everything goes scatter," she said quietly. "People no day forget, bridge girl. They go forget when you wear your crown." She looked at him, really looked, and something broke loose in her heart. The thing she'd been locking away since the first time he handed her jollof in the rain. "Lami. You day use this job keep me close?" "Yes." She swallowed. "So the job na scam?" He smiled. "Small scam." And just like that, they both started laughing. That deep, unguarded, ugly face kind of laugh. The kind that makes healing feel real. Later that evening, while Ebuka played on his tablet, Chi sat beside Lami on the balcony, her head resting gently on his shoulder. You get plans for tomorrow? She asked. He looked out at the Lagos skyline. If you day, then yes. She smiled. You sabi say na soft man you be? He grinned. No, be my fault. Nah, you soften me. And that night, under the same Lagos sky that once mocked her from under the bridge, Chi finally allowed herself to believe. She was no longer surviving. She was living. The morning after their balcony laughter, Chi woke up to a strange sound. Her name, over and over. Chiamaka Okonkwo. Chiamaka Okonkwo. She rubbed her eyes, shuffled to the living room, and froze. Ebuka was watching TV. Not cartoons, not soccer. News. And there it was, a screenshot of her wet hair, tear-streaked face, standing in the rain, kissing Lami under the glow of streetlights. Below the image, bold white letters screamed, asterisk, asterisk, tech bro kisses bridge girl. Is this Nigeria's new power couple? Asterisk, asterisk. Chi's stomach twisted. Ebuka turned to her, grinning. Auntie Chi, you day for TV. She snatched the remote, turned it off. Her hands shook. Her phone buzzed like a trapped bee. Dozens of missed calls. Hundreds of WhatsApp messages. The blogs were on fire. Twitter, or X, as they now called it, was a war zone. Number Bridge Girl trended alongside number Lami Lovekshi. One post read, asterisk, from Computer Village toilets to Lekki Mansion, this girl holds the cheat code, asterisk. Another, Billionaire Lami falls for homeless cleaner, real love or publicity stunt. Then the bomb dropped. Iffy. She posted a 48-second video with the caption, asterisk, what happens when you let pity turn into romance? Sorry, not sorry, Lami, asterisk. It showed Chi sobbing in the rain, Lami chasing after her barefoot, their kiss, and his whispered, I just want keep you close. The internet exploded. Chi locked herself in the quarters, curtains drawn, phone off. Ebuka confused. Lami came to the door 3 times. She didn't answer. The 4th time, she finally opened. Why you no tell me she get the video for real? Her voice cracked. I no want scare you. You no protect me either. He stepped back, his eyes dimming. I try, but I guess I fail. They stood in silence. Then Chi whispered, you say you get 6 months? He nodded. 3 left now. She pressed her lips together. And you use Amday fight Iffy on the internet? She want collect 50 million to delete the video. I no give am. I tell her, make the world know. Because of me? Because of us. Her chest ached. She wanted to run, wanted to disappear. But Ebuka's voice rang in the back of her mind. Auntie Chi, you day for TV. For the first time, the whole world saw her. Not as a cleaner, not as a bridge girl, but as someone chosen. That night, she joined Lami at dinner. She didn't wear makeup, didn't wear lace, just her usual wrapper and plain top. He smiled like she wore gold. They ate quietly, rice and beans, plantain again, always plantain. Midway, Ebuka crawled into her lap. Auntie Chi. Yes, my baby. You go be my mummy now? She blinked. Lami looked up, frozen. She took a deep breath, smiled. Yes. Ebuka grinned. Then you fit born me, small sister? Chi burst into laughter. She no longer flinched at the sound of her name on the news. She walked through Lekki's supermarket aisles with confidence. Some people stared, yes. Some whispered. But no one dared insult her, because she was with Lami. And Lami had made a choice. Not pity. Not guilt. Just love. And then, he got down on one knee. It wasn't at a fancy dinner. Not at a 5-star hotel. It was on 3rd Mainland Bridge where it all began. Sunset painted the water gold. Lagos traffic honked in the background. And there, in the middle of chaos and history, Lami opened a tiny keke-shaped ring box. Chiamaka Okonkwo, he said. voice trembling. From Ikeja Bridge to my heart. You go gree? Chi's eyes welled. Her hands shook. Ebuka stood behind her, holding a tiny sign. Say yes, Mummy Chi. And she whispered, through tears and laughter and the beating of her heart, I agree 1,000 times. People clapped, drivers honked. Someone shouted, Nah, real love be this oh. And as Lammy slid the ring on her finger, she looked at the city around her, this same Lagos that once chewed her up, spat her out, and left her to rot under concrete. Now, it was bowing to her story. She started with nothing, but now she had everything. A child, a home, a love that didn't ask her to shrink. And best of all, she had earned it without losing herself. Morals. In life, some bridges break us. But others? They build us. Chiamaka's journey teaches us that even the deepest lows can be the beginning of something beautiful. That dignity and love are not reserved for the rich, but for the resilient. Sometimes, all it takes is one moment of kindness, one open door, and the courage to walk through it. You are not where you sleep. You are what you rise to become.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Your support means the world to me.